What's up, you fucking cowards? Welcome to the UTM podcast. This is the first UTM podcast of 2018. We've been away for a while, but we are back. We're here with the UTM podcast. Today we're going to be talking about some of our most anticipated albums and games for 2018. We did this last year. This was our first ever podcast.
Wait,
and
are we?
Now we are... no, just kidding, ANIM8OS. Hey, fake everyone out. It's not UTM podcast at all. It's ANIM8OS, the nichest anime podcast.
You scared the shit out of me.
I thought we could
Legit. Oh my god. I was like, shit, I wasn't prepared for this podcast. And then I was like, wait, shit, this is my intro.
Is this going to be the first ever surprise podcast?
Oh my god.
Oh, that would have been amazing. But no, it is ANIM8OS.
I'm still recovering. I'm so sorry. Oh god. Legit, I'm so spooked. Carry on.
Yeah. Joe, who is usually on this podcast, is not here because he has actually been in IRL Japan.
Yeah.
And he came back today and was like, oh, it's alright, I'll watch the shows as well. I was like, oh, it's alright. And then he's come back and he's like, I'm too tired to do podcasts, so...
Bloody jet lag.
We've got M instead. We've got M, who contributes to UTM.
Yay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and obviously Nathan and Connor are also here.
Hello.
What's up? You fucking carrots. This is the
Wow,
UTM.
that would have been a trick if you had started the UTM podcast in the podcast. I'd started the UTM podcast, but it was animated. Wow,
Podcastception.
kind of complex.
We're breaking the fourth wall of podcast here.
Oh no.
So we're doing something a little bit different this time around because we were debating on what to do, and we couldn't think on an anime. So the winter season just started. Well, it started about, I think we'll be a quarter of the way through, I think now.
There's been like 3 episodes of most things I've seen.
3 episodes of most shows, yeah.
I actually watched an episode 4 today, so...
Ooh.
Yeah, they are starting to get to the format. So yeah, we picked 4 shows. We all kind of picked one show each, and we thought we'd talk about the first episode. We did all pick one each. So
did we?
So,
I don't remember this.
Well, when we were having our planning meeting for this, we were kind of like, Nathan, go on Crunchyroll and go through the shows that you like. You're like,
oh yeah, that's right.
That one looks kind of alright, and then that's how we decided.
I do remember.
But yeah. But anyway, without further ado, let's get started, and we're going to go alphabetical order. So we will start with Citrus, which was M's pick.
Oh, was this your pick? Oh,
Oh dear.
Okay.
I said that as a joke, first of all, but...
Oh,
no.
whoops.
Too late. We locked in.
This happens, UTM. We make jokes and they just happen.
Wasn't starting UTM again a joke?
Probably.
So yes, Citrus is from Studio Passion, which I hold in very dear regard because they're the only studio I think that I've literally hated everything they've ever done.
Wonderful.
What have they done again?
What have they done?
Remember one thing.
They've done Rail Wars, which is done about an anime about trains, but actually is about boobies.
This sounds lit. My granddad would love it.
They did Rocker Braves of the Six Flowers.
Oh, I love that one. That was great.
Which is a show that is about fantasy spirits, but is actually Cluedo.
It's actually nothing, the anime. Nothing happens.
Oh, wait. Yeah, we watched that together.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
We called it The Nothing.
The Nothing, yeah.
And they did Hinako Note, which was like a
that's
girl is a scarecrow
the
show.
one.
What? This sounds great. This is my new favourite. Oh god.
But yeah, now they are doing Citrus, which is the story of a Gyaru, I believe is the correct term, Yuzu Aihara, who, much to her dismay, transfers to a conservative all-girls school following her mother's remarriage.
Bloody Tories.
And she gets a bit of trouble with the school council president May on her first day, and those troubles kind of continue when she returns home and discovers she is also her stepsister.
So I didn't see that coming.
I don't know how.
It was telegraphed a mile off and I still didn't see it coming. Oh, I'm terrible.
So yeah, we'll throw to Em first on this one. Seeing as this is her pick, what were your
Oh god.
general impressions of Citrus, and why did you decide to pick this show?
The reason I picked this was because Robbie fucking Dicky, the weeb at work, told me to watch it, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll watch it. And then
The weeb at work.
That's a really weird show to recommend someone.
Robbie has a body pillow and has paid £170 for a character thing.
Damn, we need to get him on the show.
Yeah, let's invite Robbie instead.
Compare halls. I think I should compare halls with this guy.
But yeah, I watched it and then I got to the flipping just the first. I don't want to ruin it, but I guess I can.
Can you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the first episode. We're specifically talking about first episodes here, so you can spoil literally anything that's in the first episode. So
Mm.
So the bit right at the end where she just goes for it, and they're just, I don't know, that was like henty to me. I was like, what the fuck?
goes for what?
You ain't seen
Well,
real
the
henty. I'll
kiss
show
at
you
the
real
end,
henty
just
later.
like,
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, that took me by surprise as well.
yeah, I was not expecting that. I thought it would be like innocent, but oh no.
No.
Yeah, the way I thought I heard it being talked about, it was like a proper, actual like romance show, but it's just super weird and voyeuristic.
Yeah.
So this show is kind of interesting because as we have alluded to through going for it and words like phrases like that, it is a Yuri show,
Classic.
which Yuri as a genre is not particularly popular in Japan, which is weird because you kind of see a lot of it,
Yeah.
or like a lot of imagery like online and stuff.
Everyone just wants to see
But-
dudes fucking.
Yaoi. That's Yaoi, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Next
Yaoi
time.
is the opposite of
The
Yuri.
other one.
Yeah, but yeah, it kind of has like a relatively niche kind of group of people that buy it, which are and they're mostly girls. They're not really boys, because like typically like boys kind of prefer like
Yaoi.
I would say like harem shows because they're like it's got like kind of self insertion and like male power fantasy thing
Yeah,
to it, which I think
yeah.
a lot of people get off on. Whereas Yuri shows tend to be a bit more feely, I think, a bit more feely, and they can be a bit more like cutthroat and like not always, I guess, sexy is the way to say. They're quite uncomfortable at sometimes, which
Yeah.
this show gets very uncomfortable, as we have pointed out.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't tend to do very well. So this show and another show called NTR Netsuzo Trap both got announced at the same time that they're getting anime adaptation. So everyone was like, wow, Yuri shows are getting like adapted into animes. So it was kind of a big thing. The other show, NTR, was not particularly good. It was only like an 8-minute kind of short, and it kind of dealt with kind of like darker themes as well, like domestic abuse and things.
Oh,
But
fuck.
because it was so short and like it did the darker stuff, but also did like comedy stuff, it was really jarring to watch, like
Within 8 minutes.
within 8 minutes. Yeah, it was quite a lot.
Kid now.
But Citrus kind of has the liberty of being like a full 20-minute show, so there's not as bad of a tone shift, I don't think, in this show.
Why do you think that it's not as popular? Because I mean, if you think like a Western boy, I guess, like when you like 13, 15 or whatever, and you're growing up and you're getting boners and that, you're always like, oh, bloody lesbians, love them. But I guess like it's a different thing when it comes into anime.
I think it goes back to the right. You know what? There's a really great example of this. So I was trying to think earlier. I was like, well, what's a show that's kind of like it's got like kind of like that power thing and self-insertion and is really popular, like super absurdly popular. And the one that came into mind was Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Which is
gonna be
literally-
that.
Person goes into a game, gets to be super powered, like, oh yeah, I get to be really cool at a game, and then all these game girls fall in love with me, and I just have this great art, and I was like, that is kind of like the perfect example of something that I think people are into.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas the Yuri shows, they're mostly girl based, and obviously the boys and stuff don't get much of a look in usually.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the men in those
So-
shows are usually like scumbags, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Like the bloody teacher.
Yeah, they're like the bleed teacher. Fucking that took me off. That was crazy. I was like, I looked at him and I was like, is he allowed to do that?
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I
It's
don't
like-
know why I was asking. Clearly, it's not okay. He's a teacher.
Yeah.
I was just so taken aback.
That was weird as well. Like there's like nothing to me about that. She just kind of seems she doesn't care. Like I don't know. It's like no
Inside.
reaction to the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
Dead inside. But that's kind of see, that got me interested. Like, because when she first met the other person, I can't remember her name. Is Yuzu? That's it.
Yeah.
She was all like just deadpan, kind of like, and I was thinking, okay, this is just stiff council president. Like I've seen this person before, but she's like literally dead inside. She looked over when she was like pashing this flipping teacher, and she's just, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I think there's something wrong with her. Like I think she's gone through some trauma or some shit because she's just not reacting to anything.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah,
kind
that
of
happens again when she does the kiss thing,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
timed goes on for about 40 seconds. By the way, that whole scene.
Does it?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. But yeah, after she kind of goes away, and there's kind of like a sweeping shot of her kind of just looking away from the from Yuzu, and
Yeah.
you get the impression that everything is not as it seems here.
Yeah, she's like, oh, that's what a kiss is like. And I'm like, what? Being held down and like, that sounds. I don't want to kiss no more if that's how it is. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I have seen the second episode, and there is more story to it, but I will
Okay.
not spoil.
Oh, okay.
as the first episode, I think is pretty good. It does. It's just establishes all the characters very quickly,
Yeah,
sows the seeds
yeah.
for like future developments in the plot and things like that. I think it is a very
It's a
a
good
very
setup.
good third episode. Maybe Studio Passion can redeem themselves in my heart.
Oh, so you actually liked something they did then?
Yeah, if it carries on being, I mean, that was the first episode. There's a long way to go yet.
Yeah.
They've got 11 episodes to go, but
Yeah.
I just think you're too harsh on Scarecrow Girl.
I really want to see Scarecrow Girl.
that's kind of a weird. That was a weird kind of.
Yeah, it wasn't actually very good.
Oh.
Yeah, like I think I only watched the first couple of episodes yet because it was just kind of a show I'd seen a million times before with just another weird scarecrow thing to it. I don't know.
Is it
I don't know.
is it kind of like out there as far as what they've done so far, like with the uncomfortable scenes? Because I watched what was it, Rocker No Yusha? That was
Yeah,
pretty tame. In
yeah, it's
comparison.
definitely out. The Rail Wars is just stupid. Like, quite frankly, it's
Train
fucking.
boobies.
It's about a group of people who are like. They're basically, like the rail community officers you see on train stations that aren't really police.
Yeah, yeah,
police
yeah.
people, but they're,
Transport
like,
police.
on trains. Transport like police kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're basically that, but then they end up stopping like terrorist incidents and being security at an idol concert. It's fucking stupid. All while there's this one girl that's just got like the biggest boobs, and she's always tripping over everything, and they just go.
Oh, tight.
I watched it. It was one of the like after getting like back into anime after so long. It was one of the first things I watched. And for a while, I was just like, oh, it was like the novelty of being like, I'm watching a show about trains. Yeah, not good.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
And you're saying, yeah, it kind of reminded me of Scum's Wish when you're saying
Yes,
about the kind
very
of
good, very good
cutthroat, like
comparison.
cutthroat. Oh, thank you, cutthroat, very kind of like uncomfortable scenes thing.
yeah, which is what I love about that show. So
I don't know what Scum's Wish is, but it sounds fucking horrible.
it's fucking trash, mate.
Is
It's
it?
horrible.
But it's good trash. It's good trash.
I don't know if I could do that. Like that 40-second scene, I didn't even know it was 40 seconds. I had my mouth open the whole time.
Scum's
but-
Wish goes
Yeah.
pretty far, like further
Mm.
than you would expect it, without it being just like, oh look, it's fan service shit.
Yeah. Well,
The characters actually look dead inside in that show, which is great. Yeah, so let's move on to our next one, which is Darling in the Franxx,
let's get it.
which is it's an original show from A1 Studios and Trigger. So the big boys in A1 Studios and the cool boys in Trigger as well. I'm going to refer to them as. and it's basically a show about children who learn to co-pilot big ass robots called Franks and are fighting some kind of unknown thing.
Yes.
Nathan, why did you pick this show? Well, we know why you picked this show because you kind of went, oh.
Oh, why did
But-
I pick it? I can't fucking remember.
I picked it.
Oh, did you? Right,
Yeah.
go on
Did you
then.
pick? Oh, there
Because
you go.
if it was me that picked it, I'd fucking regret it.
Well,
So go on,
Oh.
tell them why. Tell them why.
I am still on a high from Little Witch Academia.
Very good
Like
show.
last year, so it's another Trigger show. And
Yeah.
I was like, I never watched a mecha show before, so I was like, this will be a new novelty for me.
Ooh.
And yeah,
Why are you doing ad libs in the background, Josh? Ooh, hit him.
I am the anime amigos.
Animigos.
Animigos.
Yes, I picked it. So we have
All
some
right.
more.
And how did you find it though?
Oh, I
I'm
thought it
curious.
was a good kind of establishing episode. Like, I don't think we got a lot of there was kind of a lot of character introduction
Yes.
with too many characters to introduce in the first bit, which
Yeah, there was
compared
quite a
to
lot.
like another show we'll talk about later, where it only really introduces the first two characters,
Mm.
which was really good about later. But like, it's a really good way of kind of like setting it up because you don't get that kind of overwhelmingness, but you still get kind of don't get overwhelmed, but you kind of get like the idea of the show. Where if this was just kind of here's a character, here's a character, here's a character,
Big character dump.
and then kind of it kind of happens very quickly, like all the action and stuff. So it packs
mean,
in a
I-
lot.
Yeah.
I think it got to a point where M was like just turning around, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I think it was overwhelming.
Yeah, the second episode is a lot more exposition-y. Like explains how
yeah,
the robots work
yeah,
and the
I've seen the
world
second
works
episode.
and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know half the things that they were talking about, but I'm guessing you learn as you go on.
Yeah. It's this show gave me Connor watched this as well. This show gave me PTSD about Kiznaiva, which was the last Trigger show, which just had loads of characters and they were all troubled children like they are in this show, and then just did nothing with them for ages.
Damn.
So
I hate that. Just do a few at a time. Take it slow. I guess
Yeah.
that's not really the pace of it, though, is it?
It's kind of
No.
weird because it's 24 episodes, so you'd think they'd have
Yeah,
time
yeah.
to do all this.
yeah.
Let's get it all in the first episode.
Yeah, it's I like it.
Yeah,
Right. Well, I tell you what. I don't. I bloody hate robots.
Oh, okay. Oh,
bloody
we've got
hate
someone
robots.
passionate about it. At least.
You know, it's I'm not. Every time I see a robot, I'm just like, this is boring. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know why. Like, I kind of stopped Gurren Lagann kind of because of the same thing. Like, everyone's
Oh,
like,
right,
"Oh,
okay,
Gurren Lagann, so good. They got
Yeah.
these big ass things," and I'm like, "Well, those big ass things are kind of lame to me. I don't know. I don't like techie stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, even in movies and shit. Like, I hate Star Wars because it's all
Right,
like
yeah.
all pilots and shit like that. I like the whole like troubled kids have to do these things. But it's just the mechas that I'm not a fan of at all. It's just not something I'm
Yeah.
into. I guess
I
it's like when
mean-
people are like, "Oh yeah, I can't watch Lord of the Rings because I don't like bloody wizards," you know?
yeah, that's me. I don't like.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see bloody goblins.
I fucking
Oh,
love
piss off
goblins.
goblins.
Oh, you should stop playing Breath of the Wild, then, mate. There's loads in there.
Oh.
Yeah, bloody is.
Bloody finished it.
Do you
Oh,
like
okay.
goblins now?
No.
Oh, never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, but no, the director for this worked on Gurren Lagann. Well, Gurren Lagann was Gainax, which is kind of like a lot of the staff, because Gainax as a studio finished, so a lot of the staff went to Trigger.
Oh, okay.
They formed Trigger off of the back of Gainax, like finishing. So yeah, and Trigger shows tend to be very self-referential, which I found like in this as well. Like the uniforms of what's her name, 02, the pink
02,
kind of
yeah.
like
Yeah.
succubus demon who's horny in more ways than one.
There's another bloody forced kiss in that one, isn't there?
No, but her like kind of uniform reminded me of the ones in Kill la Kill, like the
Yeah.
like the Goku uniforms.
Senketsu.
Yeah, and they tend under like those kind of things. They tend to be very like referential with their art assets and that stuff. Like there's always lots of things that get reused. So yeah. And like most trigger shows, this is also like an allegory for like sexual behavior.
Come again?
Yeah, you what?
Like it's like an allegory for like sexual stuff, like which tends to be a like okay, so take Gurren Lagann, right?
Yeah.
Gurren Lagann, the drill is just like
A
the big
penis.
drill is just like a exactly. It's just massive symbolist for like a penis
Yeah.
and like
I haven't
like
seen
boy
this,
pee-pee
so I
and
have
stuff
no
like
idea.
that.
This is weird. A drill
It
is a
goes-
penis?
yeah, the drill is a penis, and then like Kill la Kill is kind of like about exhibitionism and owning it and like
Yeah. I
like that
fucking
kind of
love
thing,
that.
like stuff
I
like that.
like that though.
What?
And then
I
this
like
show,
that.
well,
Yeah.
this show doesn't go too much into it in the first episode, but in the second episode,
Oh god.
Second
Yeah.
episode
Got that to look
is
forward to.
butts aplenty.
Wait,
Same.
butts?
Yes.
but yeah,
Oh, cool.
and let's just say the way that the two, so the big mechs, which are called Franks, the way that the two co-pilots, which are a male and female, operate those Franks is
Oh,
Quite interesting.
no.
Oh,
say
so
the
we haven't
least.
found that out yet in the first
No.
episode. So,
no.
but I kind of like that whole idea where they're like, oh yeah, there's a species of bird that like has to fly together, otherwise they can't fly at all, like a male and female.
Yeah,
was
that
like, yeah,
opening
that's
sequence
nice.
is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice, yeah.
So I like that kind of thing about it.
I have one question. You know
Okay.
when the girl, what was her name again?
02?
Zero.
Zero
02,
two?
I think, is it? Yeah.
02, she's bloody network now.
Oh, oh my god.
Carry on.
When she was swimming, how did he get
Yeah.
her pants? Because
This is-
how did he get him in his hand?
Anime. That's how.
Anime clothes something special.
That reminds me of Konosuba Steel.
Yeah, Kazuma.
I swear you're gonna say that reminds me of Connor then. I was like, what did I do?
Oh, whoa.
Kono stealing panties.
Fake
ouch,
news.
Yeah, no, I don't know how it got there either, but I wasn't questioning it. I was already.
Looking at the titties.
Yeah, I was looking at the titties.
Don't know.
I mean, that's what it's there for, right?
It's, like I said, it's an allegory
Yeah.
for sex. Like, you know,
Yeah.
that's just trigger.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that it's A1 and Trigger though, because they seem like very different studios. Like A1's just
yeah.
super like polished and kind of just like
Yeah.
They play it safe.
quite plain. Trigger's just
Yeah.
like, my faces can't work like this, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Bloody stretchy and
Yeah.
Just the bloody Kojima of anime.
Kojima anime, yeah. Which was kind of the concern of going into this. That was going to be like, oh, it's going to be a trigger show, but A1 Studios are going to be like in the corner being like, no,
No.
can't do this.
The No Men.
Less weird, please.
Like Comedy Central and Donald Glover.
Yeah.
That was a great half hour. Do an hour, but don't do any of that
Any
shit.
of the shit you just did, yeah. Great comparison.
Uh,
But yeah, I say it's 24 episodes, so there's
you know what? I would try and get through it. I will try and get through it, but I feel like I'm going to drop off at some point because mechs.
Oh, come on.
that's fair enough.
Yeah. I just
I
can't.
love
Every time I
big
look at them, I'm
robots.
just like, oh, I can't. I hate robots. I don't know why. Maybe some trauma in my youth.
Let's not
Well,
go
dear.
there.
maybe you are a robot.
I got.
Nathan's backstory is the story for Nero Amata, apparently.
I
got
thought
fingered
Nathan
by
was
a
a
robot.
lizard.
No, I'm a real boy. Anyway,
Also, you just say you got fingered by a robot. I just want to clear up that did not happen in here at all. Just in case anyone gets confused.
yeah, no, that was my own trauma. That's nothing to do with Nit.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I've not played it, but
Anyway.
Alright, moving on.
Next up we've got Hoshiro Girl Drop,
Ugh.
which is an anime about a high school student called Daichi and his childhood friend and also is an idol moves in with him for some reason. His parents move away.
Think when
How
I'm
did everyone
older.
feel about Hoshiro Girl Drop?
I'll tell you what, right? Oh, God. So M, like when it started, she was like, "Oh, this is more like it. This is what I want to watch."
I've never seen an idol one. An idol anime.
She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm really into an idol thing."
No. I
Watching,
was fucking rude.
So explain
Oh.
So yeah,
what's going on.
The show I decided to make everyone watch was Pop Team Epic, which is
Is.
it's
It exists.
it's a pretty like famous. It's been a pretty famous manga for quite a long time, for just being basically a shit post. It like constantly refers to itself as a kuso manga, which is basically a shit manga. So like, yeah, it's just full of shit posts. It's about these two characters, Popoko, who is angry, and Pipimi, who is less angry. And yeah, it's just like four comic thing.
For sale.
For sale, like manga of just random, just shit, basically. And
Literally like shit posting. IRL.
And about halfway through like the manga's like current cycle, it got cancelled. Like I don't know if it really got cancelled. I think they just did it in the manga. And so the next time the Pop Team Epic was due to be published, it was Hoshiro Girl Drop. So as soon as you see Hoshiro Girl Drop come up, you're like, if you've read the manga, you're like, oh, I know where this is going. Like, and yeah.
So
that's amazing.
So like I said, oh yeah, this is the one we're watching, like because you see like a little screen cap or whatever on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
And it was like the two characters I can't remember what they're called.
Popoko and Pipimi.
Popoko, Pipimi, that's it. And Em was like, ugh, they look disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
this is horrible. And I was like, whatever, we have to watch it, so let's watch it. I put it on, and it was that intro, like, for this, like, fake idol thing. But you were so enamoured. You were like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
It's a
the
really
song.
good for a bit. They've really
Yeah,
committed to make
yeah,
a really
yeah,
good
yeah.
opening. To be fair,
Like,
song was
it
so good.
completely had... I
Yeah.
think both of us fooled, because I was kind of like, what's going on?
I knew what was going to happen because I've heard all shit about it and stuff. But I was still like,
You sound so enthusiastic.
I saw like during the AP, I was like, I still want to see this show, like the show they were doing in the AP. And then obviously, the trash one came out, really ruined it, and then I had a horrible time after that.
So you didn't enjoy it at all?
I enjoyed the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
what about the preview for the next episode?
Was that at the end of the 20 odd minutes? Because I didn't get that far.
Oh, maybe I can't. No, I think it was at the end of the first. That's the other thing we have to talk about in a minute as well.
Yeah.
I think it was at the end of both sections.
Okay.
It was a preview for the next episode of Shuriken Drop.
Oh no! Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
I assumed that wasn't actually going to happen, so
It doesn't. Spoiler alert! It doesn't. They do that every week, and you're like, what? Why is? You never find out what actually happened in the episode. You just find out what's going to happen in the next episode.
the other episodes, do they repeat it twice again, or is it just based
Yes.
on?
So, this show basically is a skit show for 12 minutes.
Are we going to say for
like-
12-year-olds? Like, yeah, it is.
That too. But yeah, it's a skit show, and it goes all kinds of places. It takes like cells from the manga and animates them. There's a bit that's just like outsourced to some sort of French animation studio.
Oh yeah,
where-
that was good. I like that bit.
yeah.
plays
So
time or something.
bringing anime with the international animation community. Bringing it all together.
It's just like Madoka.
So yeah, it gets to like the ending are about 12 minutes, but it's billed as like a full show. So you're like, oh, okay, the ending's playing, but there's like still like 12 minutes to go.
Yep.
As soon as the ending finishes, the episode repeats,
Oh god.
but with a different voice track.
Yeah.
Which this is also like a gag from the manga. The thing about this show is, I think if you've read the manga, you're kind of like, you're always like, what's going to happen? Like, how are they going to do this in the manga? Like, you're
Yeah.
like, and like the jokes that don't really, because there are some jokes that don't make sense in the manga, and you just read them, you're kind of like, what? And then you just go to the next one. But because you have that kind of that experience of reading that, when you see it in the anime, you're like, oh, they're doing the bit from the manga, like it's back again. But yeah, there's a gag in the manga where they're like, oh, wouldn't it be really funny if like these really famous male voice actors like voiced us in the anime, and then they actually got it to happen.
Ah, that's what that
In the anime.
was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and that happens every. Like I say that happens every week. They've changed voice actors every week for both of them.
Oh.
It's like the guys like they get like these. I think the most recent one had like the voice actors for Frieza and Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Like you don't know how they get these people, but like yeah, so every week those like voice actors change.
Jeez. I mean, as soon as it started again and different people talking, I was like, all right, I'm turning this off. I can't do that for another 12 minutes. Is it the whole thing again?
Well, there are subtle differences, and they change every week. Like it basically gets you to watch it again. You're like, I just want to see what the differences are like in the thing. They add subtitles to the French part,
Oh.
so you can actually understand what they're saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
Unless you know French.
that would have been nice. I was trying so hard to keep up, but hearing it is different to seeing it written. I couldn't do it.
But I just don't.
Yeah,
I just
same.
don't like referential humor at all. That's why I hate shit like Family Guy and Deadpool. Just
Yeah.
hey, this is a thing that exists. Haha. It's not really funny to me. It's just acknowledging existence. And this kind of does this. Like at the bit when it did the Your Name thing and then the Pokemon thing, and then
That's so good, though.
Oh, that bit was kind of funny.
and the Totoro thing. Actually, the Totoro one kind of made me
Yeah,
laugh.
the Totoro one was funny.
But it just, I don't know, it's just not my kind of thing. It's absurdist, but tries, but
Too whack. I think
yeah,
absurdist
too
is a
random.
good word, but wacky is like kind of, kitsch. Do you know what I mean? The kitsch version of that. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't really get along with it purely. I think if I'd have maybe read the manga and enjoyed that, then it would have been like, oh yeah, shit. There's a bit coming up that's like this. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like kind of like in Final Fantasy games where they'll bring out like something that's happened before. Like in 14 at the moment, there's patch 4.2 coming out. They're doing this whole thing with this like badass robot thing that can like present different realities.
oh,
And
now
at
you like
the moment-
robots.
Ah,
Now you like robots.
fuck off. But no, like presents different realities, and like the first like 4 fights were from Final Fantasy V, and these ones are now from Final Fantasy VI. Like these 4 that are coming out in this patch. So it's like, and people are getting so hyped because like at the end of the trailer for this one, Kefka came out, and everyone obviously loves Kefka. And everyone's like, oh my god, but I've seen so many people that haven't played all the other games. They're like, who the fuck is this clown?
That me.
Like, I don't care. So it's kind of like, if you know kind of thing.
Yeah.
I guess more so, and you can enjoy it more that way. I did like some of the ones. I think the ones that got me were like the kind of stupid, like humor ones where it wasn't actually that funny, but it made me laugh because it wasn't funny. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember specific examples, but I don't know.
It's the beef or chicken one from the first episode is probably the best one, I think.
Wow, that is.
That's the first skit, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first one that made me go, fuck this show. I don't want anything to do with it.
Are you upset?
No,
I'm
piss
not
off.
upset.
Piss off.
No, that got me when she was like.
That's greatly placed as well, because it's like it's the beginning, and then they have this other bit where it's like it's animated by some sort of like company that does commercials
Yeah.
for like they did one for Domino's and things, I think, in Japan.
Oh, tight.
And it's supposed to be like in a kind of JoJo style as well, because the logo is like the menacing sign from JoJo. Also, this is the studio that animated the openings for JoJo.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of context there. But yeah, the fact that starts at the beginning and also at the end as well. So if you watch the whole thing through, you see that 4 times, which is quite funny.
See,
It's aware of what it's doing.
Yeah.
Like.
I don't know. I think this was my least favourite. Just because it started again, and I was like, I can't do this again. If it was just that 12 minutes, I'd have been like, okay, whatever. That was easy to get. Whatever. Let's watch the next one. But it was all the same shit again. I couldn't take it.
It was a very pop team epic thing to do, to be fair.
So I think it's safe to say you're the only person who enjoyed it, Josh.
Well, apparently Joe enjoyed it as well, but he also had the same problem where he started watching it and thought he'd been sent the wrong thing.
Because it repeated again.
Yeah.
See, I find that funny that it fucked Joe up. So I'll bump it up 1 point
Oh wow.
from 2 to 3 because it
Gets a
confused
point
Joe.
from me.
Yeah. Anything that fucks with Joe is okay in my book.
Okay. So yeah,
This
Pop Team
is-
Epic saved anime. Next anime.
I just want to say
is-
Pop Team Epic is the second anime I've ever dropped.
Oh wow.
Whoa, you finished every single... What was the other one you dropped?
Twin Star Exorcist because it was 50 episodes long and it sucked.
Well, you started it, mate. You're an idiot.
Oh, dear. So last show we have is Laid Back Camp
Yes!
or Euro Camp.
Can talk about
which
good
is,
shit.
Yeah, so Connor picked this anime. So Connor, tell me
No, he
why
didn't.
you picked this anime that's got cute girls, blanket scarves, and dogs in.
Actually, Nathan picked this anime.
Yeah,
but
I picked this one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Why did I
he
get the other
picked-
two? Why
I
did I
don't
get you
know.
two confused around this?
I have no idea. I
I think it's just because it is a very Connor show, and I just assumed he had said it.
I think we were all kind of like talking about it, and Connor was like, "Oh yeah, this is good," and I was like, "Yeah, I'll pick that one," kind of
Nice.
thing.
You stole it.
So yeah, I basically stole it off Connor. Why did I pick it? The title, Laid Back Camp, isn't that just like wonderful? And
Sounds comfy.
yeah, exactly. My note right here is comfy anime, all spaced out for aesthetic reasons.
Can confirm.
Yeah,
love comfy anime. It's like
I
just-
don't know. I've not watched any others, but this is great.
it's like sort of slice of life type stuff. It's just kind of thing like you've had like a long day or something. It's the best thing to watch. Just unwind at the end of the day. And this is one of those shows that just does it really well.
Thanks for explaining why I picked it, Connor.
That's okay. It's just super peaceful and comfy. Also, I love that it actually teaches you shit about camping. Like
Same.
in the first episode, the pine cone thing. I didn't know that, but like if I go,
Neither did
next time I
I.
go
Yeah,
camping,
Em
I'm
freaked
picking
out
up some
about that
pine
as
cones,
well.
So
Yeah.
That was my
Education.
favourite bit.
some good knowledge.
No, I kind of love camping anyway, so.
I have a theory because this show fits into the genre of CGDCT, which is cute girls do cute things, which has become its own genre now.
Cute girls
No
doing
worries.
camping things.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I feel like a lot of these people, like, so a show I really like is Bakuon, which is all about high school girls who ride motorbikes. The author of that manga basically wanted to write about motorbikes, but didn't know how to do it and make a living off of it. So he decided, hey, why didn't I make cute girls ride motorbikes? And maybe I'll get somewhere. And he did get with it. So I always wonder when these kind of shows come up, I was like, huh, what if this person who's written this manga just really likes camping and was like, damn, I really want to write about camping, but
Must do. Why can't they like both? They like cute girls and camping.
yeah, I mean, it's I guess that's the thing. The other thing I always think of are they get because one thing about the show is it features Mount Fuji quite prominently.
Yeah.
And I'm always wondering, did they get funding from like a tourism board or something? Or if they didn't, are they going to get a sponsorship deal after this anime airs where it's like, hey, we've got these characters at Mount Fuji, come camp with us, please.
It proper does show
Similar
you.
to what Kimono Friends did with that zoo, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It proper does show you like the proper procedure to go camping on Mount Fuji and stuff though, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and Bakuon tells you how to ride a motorbike. And it's got Jesus in it as well.
Spoilers. That's on our watch list. Well, ours? I don't know if you want to watch. Yeah, ours. Why not? You'll watch it as well. That's on the watch list.
Okay.
So,
It's a
yeah.
good show, and one of the voice actors is in that show that is in this show as well.
Yeah, there
She
you
is
go.
she is Rin, the blue haired
Ah,
head girl.
Which one's
Karen.
that? The friend from school
No,
in
the
the camping thing. Oh,
well,
you're talking about back
yeah.
Oh.
no, the girl that goes camping. The first character you meet.
Oh,
the one,
oh,
that's-
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
My
one
bad, yeah.
who's hates people but doesn't really.
the one that hates. Yeah.
Right.
Which
Speaking of, this is another reason why I love it. Right, so to be fair, I was expecting it to be kind of boring, because I don't like. It's all like nice and cozy and whatnot, and I do like that, but it never really like catches my attention, stuff like that. But this one, like, it was so like kind of slow paced and slowly getting into it, but introducing the main character as this person who chooses to go camping when nobody else is camping, just so she can, have less people around her and just enjoy the shit. I don't know. That just struck a chord in my heart. I was like, oh damn, like that's me. I don't want to go around people. I want to do shit like that.
Leave me alone, the anime.
Yeah, yeah. So
leave me alone, camp.
So it was, and like I said, I love camping as well. So it was like two things that I love: being alone and camping. So.
Do you like curry noodles as well?
I don't really like curry, to be fair, but
wow.
I mean, they make it look good.
I love an anime that makes food look good.
Yeah, but I love that it was slow paced and it didn't really like hurry things along. Like the whole intro was like, the main character like riding a bike to this campsite near Mount Fuji, and it was just like showing all the scenery and
it's like the music as well is kind of like that. It's just really like slow and kind of like easy, like that little plucked guitar thingy or whatever it is. So nice.
It's very slow paced, but very like. It's usually that's like an issue, but with this, it's kind of actually because in like episodes after this, I watched it and I was like, it was getting into it. I was like, oh, it's very slow paced, very comfy, and then it ended, and I was like, oh fuck, I've gone through 20 minutes already, and like it kind of relaxed me into it, and I didn't even like realize.
It's like when you're at the beach and you just hear and see the little waves like right on the beach, and they're just like slowly coming, and then they crash a little bit, and it's like that. Like it's just a nice smooth rhythm and comforting pace, and that's why I liked it, because I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of in that mood now, I guess, where I'd need something like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's a good winter season anime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great after work one as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because at work I'm like drinking mad coffee and doing all this and that, and it's got to be all fast paced because you can't do enough in the day, and then just come back home to that. It's just very relaxing. Very nice.
I also really want to go camping on Mount Fuji now.
Same.
So good.
See, this is the tourism aspect. Then there's all propaganda to make you camp at Mount Fuji.
I bet it's good though.
Yeah, I bet it's good. What else did I like about it?
As mentioned earlier, like I said, like two characters. They only really introduced the main two characters.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
Like,
yeah.
The dynamic between them is just so kind of fun.
Yeah. It's like one's trying to be left alone, the other's trying to get into the thing that they're doing, and it's kind of like, well, in any other situation, like with another person, it'd be like, oh yeah, we're into the same thing, let's do it. But because she's been used to camping like solo, it's kind of like, well, you're invading my shit.
But she's kind of like, you can kind of see it gradually winning, like Nadeshiko kind of gradually
slowly coming around.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice, but my concern always with these kind of shows is they have all these characters and they're all they usually have one big defining like personality trait. Like, this is what they are.
Yeah.
Like we've got this like stoic one, we've got the energy one, we've got the energy one and ditzy one could be the same thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time they just stay that for the whole duration of the show and they don't change. And then it's like, okay, that's fair. Like not every show has to have like really complex multi-dimensional characters.
Yeah. I mean,
but then the other thing
standard.
is, can the rest of it keep you retained? Like a lot of these kind of shows are usually like comedy shows, so you're like, are the gags like always hitting every time? So like, because I say, if you don't have the characters are fall in, and you don't have the gags as well, then what are you still watching for?
There's nothing.
Yeah. So that's always my concern, but I feel like the atmosphere of this one will probably stop it from falling into either of those traps. I don't know. And there's still quite a few characters that haven't really been fully introduced yet as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's still that to come.
Another thing I liked about it is like obviously the whole solitude thing. It's like the tiny little details of it. Like so, one bit that really got me was when she went camping. I think it was like in the second episode or something. But she was like she went to this camping place and they had a statue of a lion, and the lion was roaring with its mouth open, and she just kind of like she was just randomly walking around. She saw this statue. And she like copied the lion, like opened her mouth and went, "Oh," like that's just some shit you wouldn't do if like other people are around. Like when you're in your own world and you're just enjoying that solitude, you just do kind of stupid stuff that you wouldn't do around other people. And I really enjoyed those moments as well. It's I don't know. It's, I just love being alone. And this anime was fucking perfect.
He says on the podcast with 3 other people.
Yeah, but after the podcast, I'm retreating. So another thing was like how important the weather was in this like the contrast between like warmth and cold. I don't know. I loved how it was like you almost like really feel the weather because like when she's making the fire and shit, and like it takes a while. She gets the pine cones and then goes through that whole process, and you can see her breath's cold, and then it's like the fire. I'm just like shit, yeah, fires are warm. That's great. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It gets you really involved.
Pathetic fallacy, isn't it?
Pathetic fallacy.
Fancy word.
When the weather makes you feel shit.
That whole breath thing, like that happens a few times in the show. That's kind of like a nice little detail that it didn't really need to do, but
yeah.
Anyways,
but I think because of the pace of it, they can put stuff like that in there, and it helps like kind of solidify the pace as gentle.
Yeah,
it's got all the little things in it.
A lot of nice little touches.
I fucking loved this one. This was great. Thanks, me.
this is.
What are you reckoning?
What?
About the camping anime?
It was my favourite one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I liked everything about it.
It is definitely one of my favourite shows this season. But I love Non-Non-Bieri, so kind of just like that
it's
for
kind
me.
of similar thing, yeah.
Set in the middle of nowhere and just like really gentle, peaceful.
Needs a bloody JoJo reference though to get as good as Non-Non-Biori.
He's Fellini and Passy, mate.
There was a nice moment with the. I like how speaking of nice touches. I like how the text conversations between her and
I was
Shelley
going to mention that.
And there's the bit where she like pretends to be attacked by dogs, and she's like, and then like halfway through the text, like nice little made me chuckle.
Yeah, that made me laugh.
Fuji's wearing a hat.
Fuji-san. Gotta give him the respect.
Damn, I just really want to go camping now.
Same.
In the winter as well.
Yeah, that was my favourite, and that's the only one that I'm gonna be like, yes, I am gonna continue watching this all the way through.
Nice. Well, I think that does it for our winter premiere ANIM8OS podcast.
A nice note to wrap up on. Pretty comfy anime.
Yeah,
comfy anime. Yep.
Go bed.
So, Pop Team Epic is streaming on Crunchyroll.
Get out of here.
High Dive.
Cancel your subscriptions, guys.
Pretty much everywhere. It's pretty much streaming everywhere, so there's no way you can't like miss it. So you may as well watch it. To be fair. You literally have to turn off your computer and go outside.
I was going to say, when that first came out, I couldn't miss it. It was bloody everywhere on Twitter. And I was really sick of it.
It's the phenomenon. It's the next Yuri on Ice, mate.
Oh, I quit watching that as well.
Oh,
can't remember why. I think I just hate ice skating. Yeah,
that's fair. If you don't like ice skating, what is the reason to be invested in that show?
There's nothing else in that show.
I like camping. So we're gonna watch camping shows.
Yeah.
I say we go camping.
Nice.
IRL.
Yeah.
No? Alright.
Yeah. You're
I love
camping alone.
tents.
Good camping.
I like
well,
camping, but I hate just not having access to clean things.
Yeah, I suppose.
being sweaty in the morning. Ugh.
Yeah.
Just buy a
Wait
pack
for
of
the
wet
winter.
wipes, mate.
Well, you're ruining the anime for me now. Don't talk about all the bad stuff.
No, but
Pooing in holes and
oh,
whatnot.
That's why you're
come
supposed to go
on.
in winter. She specifically says she goes in winter to
Yeah,
avoid
yeah.
bugs and other people and things.
And they have toilets in their campsites as well.
Yeah, there's normal
That's true.
campsite. That was another thing. I know we're wrapping up, but real quick, I went camping in Yosemite and it was exactly like that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, let's
So,
go there
Yeah,
real quick.
that's it, and that was like kind of because obviously it's anime. You can make everything look sick because you can just draw it. You can make it up like it's not real. But in real life in Yosemite, it literally was just like so stunning everywhere. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough from me about camping and stuff. I'm done. I promise.
Okie doke. Okie doke. That is animators. I don't know really much else to say. Thank you for tuning in. If you are tuning in, UTM podcast coming soon. Great. Don't know what the next animators is going to be about. I mean, we could do this kind of format again. Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like discussing like a few.
I definitely think
things instead
spring
of-
would be good because we've got Persona 5 anime to talk about.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, spring is a big season as well. There's a lot of, I mean, there are a lot of sequels, but there are really big ones.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So yeah, see you on the next one.
Ta-da!
Bye.
Peace.
Connor, did you say hello?
You did.
You're the bloody pop team epic of UTM.